Hi everyone. I hope everybody is well, and that um, the lockdown is not being too strenuous, continues not to be too strenuous. Um, uh, with remote learning starting on Wednesday, I thought it's probably worth sending out another video because there's a number of things that have changed from the initial video that I sent out last week about the structure of lessons. Um, I'll start with the new stuff and then go again over the old stuff in case there's people it's the first time they've seen it. So there will be a point that if you've seen the original video, it's probably not worth looking too much further. So I'm going to start off by in every student in the student's OneNote. If we click on one of the sections that's got their name on it, which is their workbook, there should be a section that will, from Wednesday, have the lessons in it. If we click on that, you should end up with the number of codes with lessons that follow it, and it will look like a structure like this. So what is slightly different from what I showed you last time is that for some lessons they will have a speed skills task, and the speed skills task is relatively straightforward. If I quickly open that up, it's just an online bit of software that you can quickly do some mental arithmetic just to keep those skills up. Sorry if I can actually get these numbers right. Um, the idea is that you've got 2 minutes to do as many as you can, and that I've allocated it to attempt to do that for 10 minutes and try and get a high score. When you do that, I quite like to create some sort of competitive part of it, that there is a link to a Microsoft Forms where you just fill in what your highest score was. The lessons are structured fairly easily. There'll be instructions here and resources should you need them. The key one is looking at the workbooks that the boys are using, as well as any instructional videos here, which you can see for the lesson that we've got, which can be used, and then there's be some tasks and other things. The other key thing that I've had to introduce is to try and keep an idea of where everybody's at. Is I've added a form at the end of the lesson, and it should be relatively straightforward. That it should just be sitting there. That what each student has to do is grab the code at the top, so you can see it's 001, and scroll down, and you can put in 001 there. Hit submit, and then we know that I know that you've completed that lesson. And if you go through to the next lesson, you'll see that there's another one there for you to complete as well. So the only other thing is then looking at quizzes. So the Year 9 class is already signed up to Education Perfect, so there'll be a weekly Education Perfect quiz. The rest of the classes we haven't been able to secure Education Perfect free or at no cost to you. So what I would like every student to do is sign up for Khan Academy. It's a relatively easy process. I'll put a video for that as well. That every student needs to check their school emails. There'll be a link that gets sent to them, and they set up for being in our class as well. So that's all the new stuff. I'll go through the content library again for those who missed out on it last time. But hopefully with Wednesday everything starts relatively smoothly. If you have any questions, please contact me via email. And if you have any problems, I could set up meetings with individual students or groups of students to solve those problems. So the only other thing is to talk about the content library again. and that's where all the notes and all the resources and things like that. So if you have to ever go back to what we've covered, um, or anything like that, you can go back to the content library where it's got the topic we're working on at the top. I'll move any new topics to the top as well. And you can access the PowerPoints that I'm using, or any extra links or videos or things like that. All right. Hope all goes well. Please contact me again if there are any issues. Thanks.